There we go, now it's focused. I said, if you're going to have these 10 babies that you say, you need to get started on them because your window of opportunity is closing, because pretty soon with the eugenics laws, you with your attitude, you're not going to be allowed to, you're going to be out of compliance with even being allowed to have babies. They're going to sterilize you just like they did in the early 1900s.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised.
So you're going to have them. There was a movie made in the 90s. What was it called? It was basically a husband and wife that had the baby illegal and went to jail, went to prison, and then she was pregnant. God, Horizon? No, I don't know. But it's futuristic. But you know what? It's not that far-fetched at this point. We're almost to the point of that movie. It was called, I think Ed Harris or someone was in it, and he wound up being a robot at the end.
That was a twist.
Yes, it was. But
I hate when they end up being robots.
It was a one-child policy. Go figure, one-child policy, which is what China does. I know she likes that. It was a one-child policy in the movie, and it was not that far in the future from now at this point. But it was a late 80s, early 90s movie, and she got pregnant and you're supposed to terminate the baby if you get pregnant after the first one. They probably were terminating babies all the time.
They'll have to kill me first.
Okay, so you had to be get abortion report, and this is probably one of those movies that they purposely thought so people accept this way it'll be.
Outside of my house with a gun.
And as soon as you went to prison, you had to swallow this ball thing that intestinizer. What was that thing called? An intestinizer, whatever that ball that they swallowed that could either give them a shock, like if they were bad, out of compliance, they remotely. If the guys are fighting, but it also could blow up and kill them, and they had to get that thing out of that guy.
I once put on a dog collar that shocks you.
No way. Did you push the trigger on yourself?
I put on the lowest setting, and I barely felt anything. I was
like,
oh, that's nuts.
They have fur. How could
I was like, that's nuts. And I was like, crank that bad boy up. So they turn it up all the way. I would never put that on.
So they tased yourself. Oh, God.
It's even worse whenever your friend has the remote.
Oh. I don't know. So, better start cranking out them babies.
Yeah. But, also another thing, I thought that I had a warrant out for my arrest. It turns out that I did not. I talked to my lawyer.
You wanted that on YouTube?
But I was afraid to go to jail because I was afraid that they were going to give me the swine flu vaccine if I got arrested.
You're going to say no.
That was the only thing that I was...
I've never heard of them doing that yet.
Oh, no, I wouldn't be surprised if they were, but that was the only thing that I was scared about going to jail.
They already had a list they wanted us to give to the baby, and she already got the hepatitis B for her before I could stop them. But the other list, I'm like, I don't think she needs it. One of them was, I forget what it was, but I'm looking at it, I don't need it. They don't even have any proof that like the polio vaccine was really what cured everybody, because they said right at the same time that they were getting over the polio, everybody started the
people were the thing to validate.
But people were with the hygiene habits had all changed at the same time. People were cleaning fresh water, and just a bunch of different things that also could have just stopped the pandemic at the time. It might not even have been that vaccine that.
Started arresting.
What you doing, boo boo?
And
you're looking cross-eyed right there.
And he had my arms pinned. He had like his knees on it, and I was trying to.
You at the table?
Knee my face. So I'm
with the members of Faithful WordBaptist.
Yeah. So I'm trying to hold his knees. So I'm holding his knees, and he just looks down at me, and he sees like my hands are holding his knees, and he just goes. He punched me right in the lip and split my lip open. Oh man.
What you looking at?
So it's all bleeding. I mean, it's bleeding pretty bad. And he looks at me, he's like, "You gonna give me that water now?"
Oh, that's awesome.
I just got up and got the water.
Damn. Dude, that is awesome.
Man, you had that chick in the doctor's office getting beat up by his kid. That's how we do it now.
You know what's funny is some people are so used to being not allowed to have guns that they see us like shooting out in the desert. We're like, what the heck? It's like, wow, I wish, we could do that. And then, of course, there's idiots that actually think we shouldn't be allowed to have guns. Or, are you guys going to have another bring your gun to church Sunday? I'm like, brother, every Sunday's bring your gun to church. I don't know.
Yeah, when I first got to my dad's house, I was like, hey, Dad, where are your guns? And
I didn't even notice anybody had one until we were outside that first time. I was like, did he just put that on? Like right before, I think it wasn't you, because you carry yours under, but it was the guy, David, I guess his name is Dave?
Yeah.
Dave. He carries his out open, right?
Sometimes.
Something like that, but anyway. I was like, this is funny. I was like, I go, no, every Sunday's really good. That was just me. Because people act like that's just so far-fetched, but the whole thing is, it's that, just like with the church and just like what's preached, like I tell people, even tell her, like, there ain't nothing changed with that. Everything else has changed. Because that used to be preaching, you know, they used to pound the pulpit. Going to church, you know, when things were being wrong, things were, you know, going, you know, like about the government or just things in society. I mean, you would talk about it in church. And like, you know, going to the church I was going to, nobody would talk about anything. I was like, so it's like a 180 over here. It's like you actually had to talk to people or talk after church about stuff. Jeez, you know, check this. What do you think of this? You know, you can go to the tea party. You know, like I didn't know you guys were going to that tea party. At first, at the last second I saw it, I went to the workshop to help make some signs or whatever, and I got there kind of late. They said, oh, we're going to a tea party thing. Or I said, I'll go. And then Steve and Chris were there. I was like, cool. Yeah.
What do they call it, tea party?
No, not that kind of.
Well, because of the Boston Tea Party or whatever in our history. Because of attacks.
I don't know. I don't get it at all.
How do you like being the foreigner in the
I guess
church?
it's supposed to be like awesome. After the Boston
Uh-oh.
Tea
Hey,
Party.
she's getting fussy.
The whole carrying the gun type thing, you know. It's not.
It's just awesome being at a church. Kind of forget about the foreigner.
Compared to the Boston Tea Party and the kind of reaction and results that, you know, came out of that.
She's starting to get high maintenance already. How do they get all girls anyway?
Well, you have all girls?
Disobedience is the way to get
Oh, I just realized that. You really do have all girls.
Does that suck?
What is this? Gotcha.
So what do you think is the most... What would be the most important thing to fight for? Do you think the right to bear arms? I think the right to bear arms.